won't get the contract. But he can erase all of this with a great performance in this game. And I get it. People are saying, that's a lot to ask.
It is a lot to ask.
Hold up. I mean, this is what the NFL is about. You have to grab a hold of your opportunities. Tom Brady, I get it. He's the GOAT. But he had one chance. Drew Bledsoe gets hurt. He goes in there, and they just start running off wins. He had one shot. And Brock Purdy, I'm not even trying to start a Purdy thing. Purdy had one chance. Like, he was Mr. Irrelevant. He's thrown in against legitimate NFL teams in the regular season and hasn't played with the ones, right? All of that. And so Shedeur, I get it, hasn't, well, I don't know if the ones, how much they'll even play.
It said very little.
Yeah, so, but, you know, he hasn't had those reps. But this is what it's about. And I'll give him this. Look, because of his last name, he's had pressure on him his whole life because your dad was a superstar athlete. So everybody thinks, are you going to be that? Can you live up to that? His first game at Colorado, remember, they're playing TCU coming off TCU being in the national championship game. And he throws for 510 yards. So I think he's up to the task of meeting the moment, but he's got to meet it because if he does, this whole thing takes a giant turn.
But what he's not used to, and that he will be dealing with, he would be dealing with if he were the Browns' starting quarterback in the regular season, but to a far greater extent this Friday, is he's not used to, oh, your DBs are way better than my receivers. And with Judy and the other top Browns receivers not expected to play, you know what I mean? They already, after Judy, are very thin there to begin with. And the Panthers are expected to play their starters in the beginning defensively. Now, J.C. Horn's in a car accident today. He tweeted he's okay. But, you know, he usually has, you know, at Jackson State, you know, I went and saw him, and, you know, and it was him and Travis against, oh, God, who were they playing? It was Southern Classic. I forget. But regardless, and it was like, oh, yeah, those guys are just in a different world than the opponents. And even at Colorado, while a lot of the guys on his team were not as good as the guys they were facing, his receivers pretty dope. You know, it was Travis and Jimmy Horn, and so he had real more than a fighting chance there. But I agree with you, Brew, in that it's not exactly fair, but it is kind of the best he could have hoped for. Yeah. The fact that he is going to get the majority of the reps in the Browns' first preseason game, he had to draw to an inside straight flush of things for that to happen. You know, and it was what, KW?
Oh, no one knows what you're talking
about. Okay, Brew understood. And so
we card players.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Brew. And there's a great quote that I wish I had committed to memory because I actually used it. It was my senior quote in high school.
Oh, wow.
But FDR, there was a guy who was trying to do the FDR's portrait. And he kept showing up to the White House, already, everything. And FDR's like, too busy, can't do it, too busy, can't do it. Like a month into it, the guy's getting ready to leave one day, he's been there all day, FDR comes down the stairs, he's like, right now. And the guy's all flustered, he's like, hey man, this is your moment. He's like, fair or not, everyone's going to judge you forever.
FDR said
this to the painter. Wow. Like, you got to, yeah, like, you got to step up. Right, you got it. Like, you're going to, this is your moment. And sometimes things like that come across in life, and it's just like, there's a fork in the road. Now, I agree, if it goes poorly, he will have time to recover, but it's a huge setback. This is an opportunity to accelerate the process massively that I don't think any of us realistically saw coming this early. But because of Pickett's injury, Gabriel's injury, the fact that they don't want to play Flacco, he's now, and it's not going to be any questions like it's going to be on NFL Network Friday night and probably one of the higher rated preseason games in recent memory, and we'll get to see what he looks like.
Brew, what do you think the chances are? I don't know how to ask this question, but what are the chances are? I kind of have three kind of buckets in my mind. That he wows you, that it's just kind of mediocre, neither going to, or it's a dud, maybe because of lack of reps in practice.
I think I feel like it's the obvious answer. The middle choice is what's more likely that which is
probably a win.
He's all right.
Right?
It's not a loss. It's not a loss. If he goes in there, they, don't have any problems at the line of scrimmage. He's getting the team out of the huddle quickly.
Just seems like a normal kind of preseason
and
game.
he's pretty good. It would be great if he could do what Trey Lance just did last week.
I think that's unrealistic.
But
because
it is
Trey's
what it
been
is.
in training camps for years. You know what I mean?
No,
Trey,
I get that it's a lot to ask, but it would be great if that would be the
awesome.
highest.
Yes.
I don't think he'll be a dud. I think he's going to play. He's going to get at least a half.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like that's too long, unless he's just completely out of his league.
He's going to be good.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be a dud.
I don't think it. So I think I am going to. Maybe he'll be great. Maybe he'll be awful. But if it's in the middle, the way I will judge it is I just want to see how he looks in the preseason compared to Dylan Gabriel. Because in my opinion, that's the only person he's competing with. His first and foremost goal needs to be, I need to be the best rookie quarterback on this team. Because if he is, he will get to start this year.
Right.
Joe Flacco is not starting 17 games. The owner told us. The owner said, we need to start both the rookies at some point. But the problem with that is, if the first rookie who you start plays well, then he's the only rookie you're going to start. You know what I mean? And so
that schedule's a little rough. I would mind being the second guy in.
No, but I'm right. But Flacco's going to be the first guy, is what I'm saying. And I think they're going to stick with Flacco for more than a month. I don't think, you know what I mean? And so, but he needs to give himself a fighting chance to be the Browns' backup quarterback. Yeah. And I think he's only going to do that through preseason.
Look at the Browns' schedule. I wonder if
it's a tough. They're going to be 1-7 or 2-6.
I wonder if it's advantageous to actually be. There we go. Or suppose Flacco loses to the Patriots.
Crazy.
And it's like, all right, let's switch over to someone. Jets, the Ravens game is not going to go well.
No, I mean,
I guess
it's
not
NFL.
bad. I guess
it's just really tough early. And he's not going to, that left column is the really
left
tough
column's
one.
actually
right, but that's Flacco. That's sorry, Joe.
The bye week is when he's going to start. If he or
Aaron Glenn, then you got the Ravens.
Well, I mean, we can always do. There's always ways to find it to be Max Crosby and
yes, it doesn't get easy, but it gets easier.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's got to play.
But he's got to play well Sunday.
Right. I think he's going to do well. Is Brew losing faith in the Steelers and his guy, Aaron Rodgers? Not really.
My guy?
What do you mean? He's picked him 3 years in a row.
No.
I have the receipts.
He's not my guy.
I have the receipts. He's your guy.
On FS1 Fox Sports Channel Series.
The moment